This is one of my most favorite looks I've done. This is going to be a smoky eye red lip combo. As you can see, I'm using my Benefits Precisely My Brow pencil and just filling in my brows. I'm holding the pencil lightly because I want it to look natural. So I'm just filling in very softly and enhancing my brows. You can see I already have the right one done. Looks very natural. Now I'm going to go in with the spoolie end and remove any excess product and groom my brows going in the same direction. Now let's take some concealer, Milani Conceal+Perfect. This color is more my skin tone. This is not 2 to 3 shades lighter. I really want to go with a dark smoked out look. If you notice, I'm not using a brush. I'm just using the wand that comes with it. And voila, simple. That's it, like the K-Hobby lame hand gestures, because it was so easy to do this brow. You can just glide it along the top. This doe foot applicator is perfect. That comes with this Milani Conceal+Perfect concealer. Now I'm going to take a blending brush. This is Real Techniques. It is like the best. It's kind of angled on the side that I'm blending on, and it just fits your brow bone really well. Also under the eye, I use that same brush to blend in my concealer. I'm taking Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer in shade 2. So the shadow I place will really stand out and really make that black shadow I'm going to use to smoke out my eye very bold. We're just going to blend this across the eye with the same brush I used to blend in that concealer. And I'm giving it kind of the shape I want to have without using a specific brush or liner to cut the crease. Now, after every application I do with a brush, I go behind with a beauty blender and just smooth everything out, get rid of any lines or stipple marks the brush may have made. And so after everything you see me do with a brush, you will see this beauty blender coming right behind it just to smooth everything out. So now I'm going in with the Warriors by Juvia's Place. This is the Warriors 2. I've wanted this palette forever. Finally got it. Juvia's Place I love because it's highly pigmented and their products are very affordable, especially comparing them to like NARS and the other expensive brands. And like I said, the pigment is great and the colors are great. These products have not failed me yet, so I'm going in with a transition shade, this lightest brown that there is, and just building that up. So, you just need a transition. You need something other than just straight black to make the eye look more natural, the shadow look. So build it up to as light or as dark as you want it. I'm making mine a little more dark and pigmented. Another alternative to get more of a pigmentation faster would be to maybe wet the brush with either a setting spray or water. I don't want to go that route. If you're not careful, that can go very wrong and you will spend more time because you're going to have to try to dull it down and really have to really blend if you wet the brush first. You'll get the pigment, but it might be too much too soon. So I'd rather take the slow route and just build it up with the dry brush and eyeshadow. So I feel like this is enough. Now I'm going to go in with a flat brush. This is not fluffy, so I can really control where the black shadow is going and do a soft cut crease without using concealer or a liner or any other product. I am tapping this on and not so much swiping until I'm ready to create my shape. So now at this point, I am creating the shape, this little rounded kind of a soft cut crease going on. So now I am swiping it lightly to get the shape I want, and then I will go back to patting to fill in the pigment and darken up the black. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm also going to drag it out on the end and create a soft, very soft wing. Just going to drag it out lightly. Now let's go in with eyeliner. This is Double Take by Tarte Cosmetics. There's a pencil on one end and a gel liner on the other end. So this is really going to make this look pop even more, and it's a nice guide for when you put on your lashes. Notice I'm doing short strokes and not just trying to do one long line at one time. That never works. It's best to just do the short strokes and avoid costly mistakes. So now I'm going in with L'Oreal's Telescopic Lift Blackest Black Mascara. I prefer to put my mascara on before the lashes. In my opinion, it's easier to blend them in if you already have the mascara on first. That's just a personal preference. Some people do it the other way around, but I feel it works better this way. It really enhances the lashes, and you can see what you're working with before you put the lashes on. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not crazy about this brush they have as the applicator. It's really weird. They were trying to be innovative, I guess. I'm not really feeling it, but the results, as you can see, it really is lifting and lengthening my lashes. So, I mean, it works. So we're just speeding through this other eye. You've already seen the process. Just gonna speed it up how I did the other eye. Since we're working with black eyeshadow, the concealer, the eyeshadow primer, there's a lot of fallout on the sides. I want a nice clean look. So I'm taking this Garnier Micellar water and just cleaning up and making a sharp, beautiful line on the corners of my eye. Works really well. I just put it on a paper towel, dabbed a little on a paper towel, and it cleaned up all the excess makeup. Yuck. This is Milk of Mag. This is just plain Phillips Milk of Mag. You can get it at Walmart, your regular drugstore. For us oily girls, this is a lifesaver. Your makeup will be matte all day. You will not see any shine. I feel like I have the oiliest skin in the world, and my makeup stays in place all day with this, and I never see any shine when I wear this as a primer. It's going to dry to white, and watch how smoothly this foundation goes on over the Milk of Mag. You're welcome. This is NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop NYX. This is the color Mahogany. If you feel you will wear the same shade as me, I apply it with a small brush Then I'm going to blend with a foundation brush, and then I will smooth out with the Beauty Blender. You want to make sure you're covering up the thickest spots of the Milk of Magnesia. Spraying with some e.l.f. Micro Mist Setting Spray. This is going to set the foundation in as well as make the brush glide smoothly across the foundation and the primer. So I made sure to cover up all areas using the foundation brush. Now I'm smoothing out, and you can see how good it's looking after I'm going back over with the Beauty Blender. I use the same Beauty Blender throughout the entire process. Now that the foundation is perfectly blended, I'm going in with concealer. I'm using the same Milani Conceal+Perfect that I used on my eyebrows. I'm now going to place under the eye. You don't need a lot. Less is more. Everywhere you want to highlight the face, you want to place the concealer. So this is where I place my concealer every makeup application. If you let your concealer sit and dry a little bit, it spreads more evenly and better. I don't have time to let it sit, so I am fanning it just to give it a little dried down effect. And now you can see how well it's going to blend with this brush. Now that the concealer is perfectly blended, I'm going in with translucent powder. This is Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. I still don't have any banana powder. This works just as well. I've actually had to use it several times now, and I like how it comes out. So I've stuck to using just the translucent powder to set. I don't bake for a long time. I kind of just let it sit until after I put on my contour, and then I brush away the excess. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's baking because I don't let it stay for that long. I've applied the translucent everywhere I place the concealer. Now I'm going in with a bronzer. This is Juvia's Place Bronzer Duo in Tan. I used to use dark, and depending on the look I'm going for, I still do. But mainly I've been using tan. It's more natural, and it's just giving me just enough bronzer to show variation in the overall makeup look. So this is buildable. I mix the two colors, and where I want a little more darkness, like my jawline, I use just the darker color. But for the cheeks and everywhere else, I mix the two. Make sure you're tapping your brush whenever you're applying any powder product to avoid any excess product fallout on your other makeup. Just anytime you're using powder, make sure you're always tapping. And this is me brushing away the excess translucent powder. Now that I have all that blended out, I'm going in with Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and just set this into place. You saw those thick droplets? That's why you do a test spray first before spraying it on your face. Get those thick droplets out so you just have a fine mist setting on your face. Then let's dry that with the fan. Make sure that makeup's not moving anywhere, and you can continue to apply the rest of your makeup. I'm using KKAO Beauty. She's also on YouTube and Instagram. Her products are great. This is the Barbie Blush Palette. I use the very light pink in the corner and mix it with the darker pink. I mix the two and apply that a little on the nose just for that youthful glow. And then where your apple starts and blend going up for a lifted look. Blending the outer corners. I'm not going inside of the main part of where I put that makeup on, just the outer corners, so it melts into everything else. Looks like a natural seamless finish. I'm also using her highlighter palette. I love all the colors. It looks great on any complexion. The button of the nose, that inner between the brows, a little on the cheeks, and then I'll drag that to the brow bone. Also pop a little shimmer in the inner corner of the eye, just for some definition and to make this smoky eye a little more feminine. This is a clean brush with nothing on it, and I just dabbed a little in the highlighter, and I'm going to use this same brush to blend out everywhere I put that highlighter. This is just perfect size for blending. Look how well that blended on the cheek. It looks very natural, and just use whatever's on the brush and kind of highlight your brow bone as well. But this blended out the highlighter so pretty, it makes it look very natural. No surprise here, I go over everything with a beauty blender. This is also KKAO Beauty's lip liner. It comes in a trio. This is the middle. There's a light brown, this mid brown, and then a dark brown. I'm using the mid one because I do kind of want a dark look. Also, I'll be using a deep red, so I don't want it to be overshadow the lighter brown I typically use. So I'm using a deeper one. I like to blend my lip liner with my finger. It gives more of a seamless, smooth blend. So I use my finger now instead of a lip wand to blend out my liner. I absolutely love this Maybelline lip palette. I have two separate ones, so if I ever do your makeup, I'm not using the one I use on myself. I'm using a different one that I do not double dip into for clients. But this one's mine, so I'm double dipping. Normally, my rule of thumb is if you're going to do a bold shadow look, do a neutral lip. And if you're going to do a bold lip, do a neutral shadow. But I'm throwing that away for this black on black outfit. And I am obsessed with this look. It works with the bang. It's just working. It's just everything's working. Thank you for staying tuned and watching the whole video. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Bye.